Hello everyone, it's Brian in Toronto. Today I'm going to do a video entry for Aaron Mutha Alamers. 3 years in the vinyl community, but first I think I need to get one of those film clappers for take whatever, because this is take, I don't know, I lost track because I coughed, sneezed, lost my voice, a litany of issues. However, this will be the last take. All right, so Aaron Mutha Alamers. I don't need to tell you anything about him because I think you already know him. He's been around for 3 years, twice as long as me. Well known for Tipsy Tuesday. Well known for being a fan of hard rock and metal, especially from the 80s. But has a pretty broad range of musical tastes. I'm often surprised by what he shows. Just for fun, I went back and looked at his first video that he made 3 years ago, and he mentioned Clutch, which is funny because every time I hear that band, someone mentioned that band, I think of him. So it's pretty cool. So yeah, I mean, if you don't know him, you should check him out, but I'm pretty sure you do. So this contest has two components. First is to shout out 3 channels, and the second is to show 3 records from 3 different artists who, where the third record is your favorite or their best. So all right, let's do that. It's funny, I've watched a few of these, and some people have made the comment that usually the band's first or second record is their favorite, but I had no trouble with. I thought about this for a few minutes, and within 15 or 20 minutes I had 10 or 11 records listed where I thought the third was the best, so I had no trouble with that. So for the shout outs, first is Mike's Vinyl Spiral. I'll put the links below. A channel I really like. I like to be exposed to new things, and he does show new things, but he also shows a lot of things that I really like. So we have similar musical tastes in many ways, but he's also showing things that I realize I should like that. If he likes it, I'll probably like it. So really cool, laid-back guy. I recommend him. I didn't mention that the 2 parameters I put for myself for this were to choose channels that had fewer than 200 subscribers, but also channels that I've never mentioned before. So I've never mentioned Mike's channel before. And similarly, Doug Anderson, I don't think I've mentioned him before. Other people may have shouted him out, but he's also an interesting guy because he shows a really wide range of stuff. Like, I think the other day he showed a Helen Reddy record, which is reminds me of my parents. That's my parents' music, but a very wide range of stuff. Also very chill, relaxed guy, very calm, so I like his channel. And then because I feel like I have to have Canadian content, I'm going to choose a channel called Press to Play. A guy that's, I think, had a channel before but lost it somehow and is back and is sort of going through the rebuilding stage. But he's been showing some unboxing videos recently, and I appreciate his enthusiasm. So those are my 3. Feel free to go check them out and subscribe if you like. And for the 3 records where the third is the best, I'm going to start with this record from PJ Harvey called To Bring You My Love from 1995. Now, I think if you were to take a survey of PJ Harvey fans, I think many of them would say that Rid of Me is their favorite PJ Harvey record, which I totally respect that. I really like that record. I think that this record, though, it kind of leaves behind that primitive punk guitar sound and moves to something a little more sophisticated. And I don't mean sophisticated suggesting that her early music was unsophisticated, but sophisticated in the sense that she has other, there's strings on this record, for example, a more accessible sound, for better or for worse, more polished, very dark themes, but I think it sort of suggests a new direction for her, and I think it worked very well. I saw this tour and I thought it was really excellent. The songs you might know on here are To Bring You My Love, Meet the Monster, Working for the Man, Come on Billy, Down by the Water, Send His Love to Me. So polished but with a dark kind of sensibility to it. Other people might choose Let England Shake as their favorite. I get that too, but for me, this is one that I've always appreciated. Similarly, I've chosen the Black Keys Rubber Factory. Again, their first 2 records I think are really great. That maybe garage blues sound. Now, they haven't lost that fuzzed out bluesy guitar sound. It's still there, but in some respects I would say the songs are better crafted, a little more sophisticated. This is from 2004, by the way. And they brought in things like there's a fiddle on here, there's lap steel, they have hand claps, that kind of thing. Just Couldn't Tie Me Down is on here. Girls on My Mind. Just an array of great tracks. I didn't show the label. I don't know if people care about labels, but there it is. So yeah, I think this is a really good record. So Grown So Ugly is on here. Very good. And for the third one, I thought I would choose a Canadian record, and I chose a band called Rheostatics from Etobicoke. Probably one of the most quirky bands in Canada. It's really hard to even begin to describe what they sound like, because you would put them in the category of indie, perhaps, indie rock. But it's, in some respects, they write these snappy little pop songs. They're very versatile in terms of using acoustic instruments, but they also have tracks that would suggest some improvised jamming. They have some proggy elements with changing time signatures and some long songs. Yeah, it's really quirky, I would say. Some of it sounds a bit improv-y. It's really difficult to even adequately describe what they sound like, but on the hype sticker that came with this, it says it was number 5 on Chart Magazine's top 100 greatest Canadian albums of all time, number 19 in the top 100 Canadian albums, and there's a quote from the CBC that says, "The Rheostatics are the best band in Canada. They should be pictured on the $10 bill." Now, I know some people would say the best band from Canada is the Tragically Hip, or maybe even the Guess Who, but it's always been the Rheostatics for me. Comes with the CD, there's the band. You know, they have a lot of singers, so on some records you'll hear vocals from 4 different members of the band who wrote the songs, they sang it. So their music ranges from very simple to kind of complex. They packed it in for a while, but they're kind of back doing some performance. Now, this is called whale music, if I forgot to say that, with a whale on the front, which is funny because the previous record was called Melville with a whale on the front. And the one that came after this was a soundtrack to the film Whale Music, which is based on the Paul Quarrington novel. I won't go down that rabbit hole, but someday maybe. This is the insert. There's a guest appearance from Neil Peart, among other people. So, yeah, pseudo-progressive pop, rock, acoustic. It's hard to even describe it, but I think it's an essential record for anyone who's interested in Canadian music. And I think they're one of my favorite Canadian bands. I've seen them in concert a few times, met the band, so I think they're great. So there we have it, 3. So definitely stop by and check out the channels I mentioned, and Aaron's channel if you're new to that too. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.